In the city of Gordium, an ancient wagon was tied to a post with a knot so intricate its ends were hidden within the coil. The prophecy was simple. Whoever untied the knot would rule all of Asia. For 400 years, the brightest minds of the Mediterranean attempted the task. They studied the weave. They mapped the tension. They failed. In 333 BC, Alexander arrived. He didn't look for the ends of the rope. He realized the problem wasn't the knot. It was the rules of the game. He drew his sword. One stroke. The prophecy was fulfilled.
The philosophical depth. The Gordian Knot is the archetypal trap of linear thinking. We are taught that complex problems require complex solutions. This is the Aristotelian trap. The belief that if we just analyze the components long enough, the answer will emerge. Alexander's cut is a philosophical pivot toward lateral thinking. It is the rejection of the premise itself. In the Greek mind, this represented metanoia, a fundamental change in one's way of life or thinking. It is the realization that you don't need to win the game if you can change the board.
The neuroeconomics, or science. Neuroeconomically, we suffer from complexity bias. Our brains are wired to perceive complex things as more valuable or smarter than simple ones. This leads to over-choice and decision fatigue. When faced with a knot, a complex market variable, the brain's dorsolateral prefrontal cortex often enters a loop of over-analysis. Alexander's cut is a pattern interrupt. It forces the brain out of a contemplative state and into an executive state, reducing the cognitive load and allowing for immediate resource allocation. The institutional echo chamber. Large banks and consulting firms thrive on the knot. Complexity justifies high fees and long timelines. We see this in 800-page mergers, convoluted tax structures, and multi-layered management hierarchies. These institutions have forgotten how to use the sword. They have become knot watchers, mistaking the study of the problem for the resolution of it. When an organization rewards the study of the knot more than the cutting of it, it has already lost its competitive edge. Case studies. The cost of victory. Think of the tech giants that were cut down by simpler, more focused competitors. Or consider the corporate spin-off. A conglomerate becomes a Gordian knot of conflicting interests and bloated departments. The Alexander, in this scenario, is the activist investor or the ruthless CEO who cuts the subsidiaries loose. They don't try to fix the synergy. They recognize that the synergy is the knot. By cutting it, they release the value trapped within. The legacy of dust. In the view of architectural nihilism, the knot and the sword are both temporary. The horizon line principle reminds us that even Alexander's empire eventually fractured. However, the act of the cut remains. The legacy isn't the rope, it's the decision. In the grand silence of time, the world remembers the leaders who had the courage to be simple. Complexity is a form of cowardice, a way to hide from the responsibility of a wrong choice. The cut is an act of extreme accountability. The alchemist's pivot, call to action. Identify your Gordian knot. Is it a stagnant project, a toxic partnership, or a business model that requires 20 slides to explain? Stop trying to untie it. Stop mapping the tension. Ask yourself, what is the sword? What is the single radical action that makes the entire complexity irrelevant? Draw your blade, make the cut, rule your market. This is the Mythic Hustle.